Sanders. I want to introduce Grace Thomas. She's a local civil rights attorney. She's a Democrat. Grace?
They, them pronouns, actually. Thank you.
Oh.
Good evening, Senator Sanders.
Oh, my God.
This is Anderson Cooper. Anderson Cooper was doing a town hall with Bernie Sanders, and I'm not going to tell y'all what happened. Y'all just take a look.
We're back with Senator Bernie Sanders. I want to introduce Grace Thomas. She's a local civil rights attorney. She's a Democrat. Grace?
They, them pronouns, actually. Thank you.
Oh.
Good evening, Senator Sanders. Polling and turnout data indicate that men of all racial demographics are turning away from the Democratic Party. But of course,
We're back.
Yo, check out Bernie's face. It's even hard when you're a liberal. And I assume that Anderson was aware. See, that's the thing. We don't know. My assumption initially when I watched this is that Anderson, on his cue card, they knew exactly who was going to be asking questions. And I would hope that that would be something that's identified, because when we see a young lady, we're going to naturally say she. When we see a young man, we're going to naturally say he. But this is just where we are in society, where now Anderson feels embarrassed on national TV in front of Bernie. But I want y'all to take a look at Bernie's face. He is so confused at what's going on when she says they, them. It's almost like, I can't even take full credit for this, so I gotta, say that. But I was watching somebody else comment on it, and they're like, "Yo, it's almost like Bernie's looking around like for more people." But just take a look at his face. Take a look at his face, and y'all let me know what y'all think.
Senator Bernie Sanders. I want to introduce Grace Thomas. She's a local civil rights attorney. She's a Democrat. Grace?
they, them pronouns, actually. Thank you.
Oh.
Good evening, Senator Sanders. Polling and turnout data indicate that men of all racial demographics are turning away from the Democratic Party. But of course,
we're back with Senator Bernie.
What are y'all thoughts, man? What are y'all thoughts? Pretty wild to me. Pretty wild to me. Yeah, that was a. It's like, yo, how far is stuff gonna go? And I mean, I can laugh about it on here, but come on now. Like, come on. Come on. You can't have everything in this world. You got to choose one. You got to choose one. You can't be whatever gender you wake up feeling. I mean, or can you? I don't know. Maybe I need to open up my eyes and be more open to understanding the spectrum of genders that exist. I don't know. Maybe y'all can convince me. I'll allow y'all to convince me. All right. So this one, I thought we actually saw this one before, and I thought it was actually, matter of fact, I don't even want to play this one because I thought it was a skit. I didn't think it was. Matter of fact, I'll play it for y'all, but I didn't think it was. I thought this was an act. Y'all tell me. Matter of fact, y'all tell me if y'all think that this is an act. I think that this is just an act. I can't imagine that this is something that would really happen in real life. I really don't think that this is true. I don't know. I don't know. And G asked the question. Hold on. G said, should it be how people present? I don't know. I go back and forth with this. If you want me to refer to you as she, okay. But does that set up a slippery slope for, okay, now you want me to call you a kitty cat. Now you want me to call you, and now you, ew. Sorry to interrupt the video. We got a new challenge. 20,000 by the end of April. We fell short in March, but we're going to get our goal this month. Thank you all in advance for those that are going to continue to like, subscribe, maybe even leave some comments and let us know how we're doing. And on that note, let me let y'all get back to the video, and I'll see y'all soon. Ew. You want me to treat you as this? Like, it's, I don't know. And it depends on, for me, if you look at it as a mental health challenge, not going to say disorder. I wouldn't say that that's, I don't know. Is gender, I believe there actually is a gender disorder, whatever. I'm going to say, I'm not going to use disorder for this conversation. But if you believe that this is a mental challenge, are you feeding into it? You know what I mean? Are you giving the, and I hate to always, matter of fact, are you giving the person that struggles with their health, are you giving them unhealthy food? I don't know. That's just what I feel like. And when I'm walking down the street and somebody asks me for $1 or for some change, and I can look at them clearly and see like, they're probably not going to do something good with this. Am I feeding into? I don't know. I don't know. Am I giving the kid that struggles with obesity, am I bringing them to McDonald's? That's kind of how I look at it. So I just really don't know. I'm just very confused. And the worst part about it for me is that I think that people are feeding into it and using it. Politicians and other people looking for influence, they're just leaning into it and really taking advantage of the people that are, and I don't know if this is offensive by saying it, but are suffering through this lack of understanding with who they are and their gender. And I'm sure that some of them may say that, well, I don't have a lack of understanding. I know exactly who I am. Cool. Respect. Yeah. I'm just saying from my point of view, it's like, come on. You're a boy or you're a girl. Cool. You feeling, you want me to call you Stephanie and you're Steven, then, okay, I guess. But like, don't get upset with me and like try to embarrass me on my show if I'm looking at you as a woman and now you're saying you're getting offended talking about they, them. Whatever. See how confusing it gets? This is the damn problem. If you bounce in and out, shout out to Steve, shout out to Big Bro in the building. If you bounce in and out of my life for 15 seconds, I'm just not going to invest any time into figuring out your pronouns beyond the obvious. That's what I'm saying. It's like, come on, like just have a little comment. I don't know. If you see pronouns on a resume, oh, G, going hard. Let's talk about it. I love this. All right. So if you see pronouns on a resume, do you hire them? The honest answer is I don't know. But what I will tell you is that when I see pronouns on a LinkedIn, I'm automatically like, I'm just being real. I'm just being real. When I see pronouns on the LinkedIn and I'm just like, or Instagram, I'm just like, come on, like, what are we doing here? Like, that's just my mindset. Now, other factors, I don't know. So I'll be totally honest. And this what even goes back to the whole DEI thing. I am 100. Let me say this. I am 100% less likely probably to hire you. No, I'm not going to say if it was me, and maybe this is something I need to work on. I don't know, but I'm just being honest. That's not the culture. I don't think that that's a healthy culture that people are being pushed to. And I think that the people that are promoting that culture are doing it for selfish reasons. And especially when you have a whole movement around, you can't even say what a woman is, all these different things. I just think that I just don't align with it. So just like I may hire somebody, be more likely to hire somebody that played football or has more similarities to me, relates more to me in different ways. And maybe I'm saying a whole bunch of mess. Let me just get direct to it. I'm less likely to hire you if it's me. I'm just being honest, because there's a whole bunch of reasons that I would say for that. And I'm talking about even for the people that, I'm not saying the people that write they, them. I'm talking about if you're a man and you identify as a man, if you're a woman and you identify as a woman, and you have he, him, or she, her, I'm less likely, bro. Like that, you're doing too much. You're doing too damn much. And it just shows to me that, what's the word, malleable? It just seems that you're just willing to go along with whatever just because that's what's cool in society. I don't like it. I ain't feeling it. Nah. Take them damn pronouns out your matter of fact, hold up, G. All right, so hold on. Now we gotta go to a different video. Hold on. I was getting ready to show y'all one video, but I gotta go to a different video. There was a funny, hold on. There was a funny video. Oh, there's a funny video of our boy Scott Jennings. Hold on. I gotta find this. You just reminded me of it. There's a funny video on our boy Scott Jennings, and he's going through his executive orders. All right, here we go. Oh, this is fitting. All right, so let me pull this up for you guys. This is the energy that I find myself on. This is the energy that I find myself on. Shout out to Shy in the building. Hold on. Will they eat up valuable time correcting everyone? You know, it's just like, yo, I don't feel like dealing with it. Like, and this is the thing. This is why this is my issue with DEI and they're telling companies who they can hire. I don't want, and if I own a company, I don't care whether you can bring all the stats that show that DEI teams, more diverse teams with this group and this group and this group, they produce better workers and they are more successful. I don't care. You can give me the information. I'm still hiring whoever it is that I want to hire. It's my company. This is what I sacrifice for, my company, because I do not want to take direction from other people. So you think that I'm going to go through all this stress and putting in all this work and all this sacrifice for somebody to tell me who I can hire and what I can do in my company? Not going to happen. Not going to happen. Hire whoever it is that you want to hire. You want to hire all feminist women? I'm cool with that. I'll support your right to do that. I will fight for you to be able to do that. I don't want the government or anybody else coming in giving you these ESG scores and judging you based on who you hired. And I just don't want that. You could hire whoever you want to hire. We could put a woman-owned sticker on it. We could do whatever it is. We could put feminist, women's empowerment. I'm supportive. I'm supportive. All right, let's take a look at this. Shout out to Anthony's in the building. Merit-based decisions make sense in my humble opinion. I'm with you, G. All right, so look at this video.
2 or more walking side by side on a sidewalk, you're gone, El Salvador. Recline your seat on an airplane, El Salvador. Disney adults, you're going too. And finally, pronouns in your email signature. Out of here.
Yo, all right, so that's obviously a joke. Even it's so funny. Like as soon as he said El Salvador, if you watch the video back, you'll see my face like, oh, hold on, tighten up. Like I don't know if you want to laugh at all this, but it's a joke. Well, I don't know if it's a joke. It is what it is. A lot of this stuff is a joke based on what we're discussing. But he was saying like these will be my executive orders of who I think they're talking about Donald Trump, and a lot of people have been complaining that he's been saying that he can deport certain criminals or certain people to El Salvador. I don't even want to get into all that. We'll get into that when we can elaborate on it and I do a little bit more digging on it. But this is what Scott Jennings is kind of saying. 2 or more walking on the sidewalk together. Y'all know. And I wish so shout out to my mom and my dad. They're here. I wish they're getting a little rest. They sleep a little later when they're in Miami. That's what I love. But they're getting a little rest. I wanted to save that clip from when my pops make sure that he was on the show, because that's one of those things where I don't know if this just happens. I'm sure it happens in other places, but we always talk about that because we walk around a lot in Miami. And one of the things, we'll be walking across a bridge where it's clearly like, yo, all right, one person can fit on this side, one person can fit on this side. When you're walking 2 across or 3 across, it's like now I gotta like brush up against the side of the building. So it's just little stuff like that. But all right, y'all get the point. Y'all get the point. Anthony's shy in the building. All right, let me hold on. Steve wrote, I don't want my entire team walking on eggshells around someone who's hypersensitive about wokeness. Yeah, I just don't. But and this is the thing, Steve. For all those people that are super woke, hire the other people that align with and relate with how you see the world. I'm perfectly fine with that. But don't try to call me names and get offended or try to pressure me into changing what I want to do. Nah, we're not doing all that. We're not doing all that. Gee, I'll definitely tell them you said what's up. I definitely will. They'll be happy to hear from you. It's Dak. Just want to thank you for checking out our video and visiting the OG Network. If you enjoyed the video, please make sure that you give us a like. And if you're looking to join a community of inspired individuals striving for purposeful abundance, subscribe. And if you're feeling real generous, share the video with some friends and family. All right, I'll see y'all soon. Ew.